Good morning!
Good morning. I'm Seth.
I'm Jenny.
And we're super excited to launch something today that's been kind of near and dear to our hearts for quite a long time. And we hope you join us, and we'll be showing multiple projects throughout the year. And we hope to bring at least one video a week.
So we started this project a couple of years ago when we had a desire to kind of return to the simpler things of our grandparents and our great-grandparents. And so many of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis are things that we're trying to tie back to the original homesteading families, but also bring a modern twist to them and show that living a life of simplicity is not necessarily a life of ease, but it is with hard work very fulfilling and something that is still very possible today. So make sure you like and subscribe down below so that you can follow us through our journey. Our goal is to have at least one piece of content a week for you on Wednesdays. And as our channel grows and as we have more subscribers, we want to listen to what you want to see as well. And so we will add accordingly and hopefully have a great interactive conversation with you. As with most good stories, ours begins once upon a time. In the 4th grade, I moved to the same little town in Idaho that Seth's family had lived in for over 5 generations. That was the day we met. However, even after years of school together, it wasn't until 11 years after high school that we reconnected. Life hasn't been the same since that moment. I am a teacher at a local private school that I co-own and run with a friend. I love all the moments, good and bad, that I spend with my little ones. Teaching is so much a part of who I am. Seth is a volunteer at the local fire department, and he helps run the family ranch. He is a jack of all trades that can handle almost any project I throw at him. And as you will learn, these are the projects that create some of our most memorable moments. For years, we have both had interest in the homesteading traditions of our individual families. Near the end of 2011, we decided to take the first little step toward off-grid living when we rented a small on-grid farm outside of town in hopes of building our own one day. That little slice of heaven allowed us to practice all of the things that we love about living a sustainable and simple life. We learned so many of the skills that we would need to take with us onto our next chapter. In the spring of 2015, we made the big jump. We collected materials for our off-grid cabin and moved into a tent on our little hill located on Seth's family's property. We are living completely off-grid and building as we can afford the time and money to do so. Our goal is to show the beauty of simple living through hard work and the many memories we make along the way. We love restoring and repurposing the old and finding ways to help them walk hand in hand with the new. Returning to simplicity isn't about a life of ease, rather enjoying and experiencing life for what it is. This is our journey, our experiences, our failures, our successes, our life. We know that there are many ways to go about things, and a lifestyle is a personal choice. It is not our intent to sway or change people, but rather to share who we are and how we are getting to where we are going. One of our many goals as we headed down this path was to figure out a way to become more than just consumers. It seems that we live in a time where we consume resources, consume energy, and consume media. We wanted to find ways that we could also give back in all of these areas. How could we be a better steward of our resources? How could we serve those around us? How could we use technology to help others? What do we have to offer? Something that sets us apart from many in a similar life space is our family history. Both Seth and I grew up hearing stories of how our families toiled to build something that was uniquely theirs. We use those stories as both metaphorical and actual inspiration for many of our projects. It is the story that drives us to continue on with our next chapter. My husband loves to tell how his family came to this area in the late 1800s. While I have heard it told several different ways by several different members of the family, something that is consistent from every perspective is how hard people would fight for their lifestyle. They would give up their time and their energy for their family's survival. On one especially cold winter, they even sacrificed their straw bedding to help feed the starving cattle. Family around here is about a historical foundation that was set to be the footstool of our current and future generations. A branch of my family also homesteaded. They were a bit farther north, but much was the same for them as my husband's family. One of my favorite stories that my grandma has told me many times over the years is about how her father's cattle would graze up in the woods surrounding their house. Each night he would send the dog out to gather the cows together, and soon enough, here would come the dog and the cows to the barn. For her family, this time spent on the homestead was about creating unbreakable bonds that would hold family tightly together, even long after they had left the original homestead. So here's where we begin. We begin in a place where we are hoping to carry the torch that in this society threatens to grow dim, if not go out completely, the torch that many folks across the country have forgotten about throughout the years. But it is also a piece of their own family history. The torch that with a little fanning can ignite again into a flame that will inspire others to live in a way that leaves a legacy for future generations to muse about many years down the road. We hope that you will join us on our journey.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Seth.
Gotta start over. It's okay, you don't have to do anything about it.